sure you take a look.
Turn that volume down. Hello, everybody. This is Rhonda with Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor. And this is my segment on Craft Around the Clock. So please come in and join me and see what we're going to be working on today. If you see that live button, I'm live. If you don't, then you're on a replay. And please put hashtag replay in the comments because I do go back and I do read them. So Miss Tracy will be getting us over. Well, let me get out of here. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Miss Tracy will be getting us over into Craft Around the Clock. But we're going to be working. Oh, you guys, I forgot to turn on the light. Hang on a minute. There we go. Sorry about that. We're working on a hat box, or if you want to put, you know, something special in here, anything, you know, that you want to have. Now, we're going to be working on the bottom part of this box. And this was the lid, and I was working on the lid on yesterday's my live on my page, and we're still got a little bit left. Okay, she's got us over there. Hello. We still have a little bit left to do on here, but I'll explain this if I have time later of what we did with that. But today we're going to be working on the bottom section of this. Hi, Diane. Hello. Hi, Sue. So I've already got, this was like a forest green kind of a color. I think that's black. But I put chalk paint, just a white, over it. And then I'm painting with Deco Art Americana and Oyster Beige. This was the best color that I had to kind of go with with that top piece. And then, so we're going to get a second coat on here. And then I've got some roses here. Y'all know what's going on with my voice. This is Redesign. I'm trying to find Delicate Roses. Redesign Delicate Roses. And so we're going to be putting some transfers on there. And then this is going to be a gold. We're going to paint this a gold. And then we've got some pearls that we're going to be putting on here. So you guys come. Sorry. Man, I don't know what's going on today. My voice. So you'll have to excuse me a little bit here. I don't know. Let's get our second coat on here. Okay. And I haven't talked much. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. I don't know, guys. But happy Tuesday. I'm so glad you are here joining Craft Around the Clock and watching. We do appreciate it so much. If you're not part of it, of Craft Around the Clock, it is a free group. And there's crafters throughout the day, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, usually somebody's having an event or something, and one of the crafting sisters, and so they'll stream that in there too. So you could have 7 days a week of watching different crafters all day long. So what fun is that? And then if you're not part of Rhonda's Repurposed, come over and follow me. But hello, guys. Hi, Brenda. Hello. Hey, Lisa. Hello, Nadia. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Glad you are here. We are working on, I think they call these hat boxes, but you can use them for other little things, you know, just placing out as, I need more paint, just placing out, you know, and having it out for decoration. Or if you have little memento things that, you know, from a parent, if they are gone and, you know, you want to keep some sentimental things in it, you know, you could do something like that also. So it doesn't just have to be, if that's what this is a hat box. I'm not sure. I mean, it's pretty heavy. It's kind of a heavy piece. It's like a wood. Okay, so I will worry about doing the top later, but I think I've got that all good. So what have you guys got going on today, guys? It's nice here in Texas. Yesterday, oh my gosh, it was so windy up here in Fort Worth area. It could like blow you away, so windy. But it was in the 80s, I think low 80s. I'm not sure what today is. I'm sure it's high 70s or 80s again, but I don't see my trees just blowing all over, so it must be fairly nice out today. Okay, so I think I'm done with that. Let's get this dried. We'll get a top coat put on here. And we'll get the gold painted on. I think I see it. This does have a little bit of a texture to it, so it's not just a flat piece. It does have a little bit of a, kind of like an orange peel. You know how they have the little divots in the orange? It's kind of like that. Hi, Janet from Long Island, New York. Hello, hello. You don't like the wind, Brenda? You're getting rain in Indiana? Boy, I tell you what, Sunday, woo! Sunday we had some rain, and Saturday night, oh my gosh, it was pouring here Saturday night in the Fort Worth area. Pouring. I think I'm going to paint the gold on there first, and then we'll put the top coat on. The gold that I'm going to be using is from Pint Art, and it's the powder that you have to make up. And the powder that you have to make up in it, and this color is pale gold, and it's I'm sorry, not Pint Art. This is Would You Bend. This is Would You Bend products. But it's the Pos Chalk Pigment Infuser. And you, this is a powder, and then you put their chalk paint infuser in with it, and it makes up your different colors. But let me see. I'm needing a stirrer. I don't know if hopefully, I did not think about looking. Oh man, I don't know. I may have to make up some more. let's see how far I could get with this and get on here. Let's see. So yes, so this is just a mix that you just mix up that you want it, you know, to the consistency, kind of like a paint. I'm going to say kind of like a paint. Okay. And I'm going to try and get this just, I don't have time to put tape around it. I can get a little messy with getting it on other areas. But I'll try not to. Okay, so let me show you how this is going to be. Okay. And then I've got pearls. This had nail studs in this, and I didn't want the nail studs in it, so I had my husband, that's why you see the holes there. So I had my husband take those out, and we're going to put pearls around that area that are like half pearls, and then they've got a little bit of like a little stone, a clear stone in it for bling. I like bling. And I feel like with that vintage antiques selling little rice paper that we've got on the top, that pearls just go with it, you know. It's vintage and pearls go with it. So it didn't take them, they weren't like glued in, they were all nailed in, so you just could pride your fingernail behind it and get that off. So Lisa, oh, get off of there. Okay, keep going here. The top section, I've got one of the transfers that we're going to be putting on that is kind of going, I got some on the bottom, that is going over the, over this wood part. And so I may only paint the bottom halfway so you guys can see, so we get that transfer on, being that we've only got 45 minutes. And they're not going to be going along the bottom. I'm going to have it up above. So we may only paint the halfway mark, so you guys can see what we're doing and what I'm trying to kind of accomplish. I know I'm not going to be able to finish it on here with 45 minutes, but if you're not following me with Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor, you guys can hit that hashtag or exclamation point notify, and you'll be notified. And when I get back on to finish this, you can come over and follow me over on my page. And see the top, because I still have some stuff to do to the top lid also. I'm almost done here, guys. And I'm trying not to get it on all on the underneath part. I got a couple of places that I hit, but and when it comes to the tedious little stuff like this, it's like I paint slower so I don't get it all over the other areas. So okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Hey Jen, I missed you. Okay, so let's get part of, let me see, where do I got here? Okay, so let's get here on the front. Nope, that's the back. Sorry. That's going to be the back. So let's get this section here painted down here on the bottom. And I'm not going to go all the way around the bottom area. I'll get the front here and get some of it, the top coat on the front section and on the beige part, because that's where the decals that we're going to be putting on, or the transfers, whatever you guys call them, that's where they're going to be. And we'll get those. But I think it's going to be really pretty once I get it all done. This definitely isn't a one day craft, that's for sure. It has taken me, I spent 3 hours. I was on a live last night for 3 hours working on that top, on the top for this. So if you missed that, you can go back and watch how we did the lid part. Okay, I think I'm about halfway. Okay, let me see here. All right, so that's the side, and oh, I missed this place here. It really needs 2 coats. Okay, so I think, yeah, okay, so I think I got the halfway mark here. It's hot there? Yeah. It's sunny in Texas? Yep. Oh, shoot, y'all, I'm frozen. Am I frozen for you guys? Let me refresh my page because I can't see the comments up there. They're too far away from me, so I have to watch them down here. Yes, it was really windy here yesterday, and then today it's been, well, I haven't been outside today, but even with the wind yesterday, it was still in the low 80s here yesterday. So, but today there's no wind. Okay, let me, yeah, this is going to have a second coat, guys. Shoot. You never know how long painting that big takes more time than you think. So I'm going to have to get another coat on that top in the front, because, so here's that and here's this, because I've got that decal or the transfer going on part of this top section, and I don't want it on a part that's not painted twice. So guys, what are your plans today? What are you guys doing? Are you watching Crafters all day, or are you guys at work and watching Crafters? Are you out shopping and doing stuff out there? Or what's going on with your all's lives today? Okay, guys. Working hard. I gotta go and mail something here after this. So I gotta run by, I don't know if it's the post office or UPS, but I gotta go and get my brother a package off in the mail. And then I don't know what after that. Yesterday, I was out and around. I was trying to find a new bedspread, and I looked online and found, a couple that I could probably go with. But I am one that I have to like see it and feel it and all that. I don't like buying certain things. I can buy online and certain things I can't. And so, I went to a couple of the stores that I looked at online, Belk's and Kohl's. And Kohl's, they didn't have nothing. I usually don't find a whole lot at Kohl's. But so yesterday, I ended up finding one at Home, the At Home store, that I thought, well, okay, I could, I like this. It's not bad. And so, but it doesn't have like a dust ruffle. It's a quilt, or not a quilt, but a comforter. And so, and they don't sell like the dust ruffle things there. And so I'm going to have to get online and order that. Our Bed Bath & Beyond, they closed here. They're no longer open. And so I couldn't go there. Okay, so that's 2 coats up there. And let me get the other half of this bottom section. Guys, you see that? See that? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my iPad. I'm frozen again. I hope I'm not frozen for you guys. My phone is not frozen, but my iPad that I read my comments is. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, guys. Hello, hello. So I'm only painting the bottom half so that I can get the pearls around the top section, and we can hopefully get at least one transfer on. Did not think it was going to take this long, guys. You never know. Okay, I think that's half. You never know. And 45 minutes goes by so fast. 45 minutes goes by so fast. Okay. So let's get this dry. We'll get the top coat on. So yeah, so I found a bedspread, and they did have some sheets there at the at-home, and so I found some sheets that that went with the bedspread. It's a blue color, kind of like a sky blue, kind of a little darker than that. And then the decorative pillows that came with it are the blues and whites. So I just picked up white sheets. So I got to get those washed and find a dust ruffle thing that'll go with it. And get that all put on my bed. We've been cleaning out closets here. We got rid of 2 bags of clothes, 2 bags of my clothes, and 2 bags with my husband also. He had 2 bags, and we had piles of clothes that we either don't wear anymore or that don't fit us anymore, and we took them to Goodwill. And I must admit there was a few things in there that I really didn't want to give up, but I knew I wouldn't be able to fit back into it. You'll find out that there's a few things that you buy for an event or something like that, and you just hate to give it up. You just don't want to give it up. And that was kind of me with just a couple of things, but most of it I was fine with. Get it out of here, get it out of here, get it out of here. So, okay, now I am going to do a top coat on here of the Duraclear satin. Okay, and let's get that put on here. And I think what I'm going to do also with this, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to get the other ones on, so I may just do half of this front section and get this front one on and the pearls around it. I have till 12:30. Till 12:30. So you guys help me keep track of my time. Because sometimes there are some decals that you don't have to put a top coat on for that go on okay. And then there's some that you don't have to. I always just do it because I can never remember which ones you can do that with and which ones you can't. And so for me, I just do the whole thing. Or I always put a top coat on because I can never remember which ones you can do that with and which ones you should really put a top coat on first. Okay. So that gets, let me just use the rest of this up. That gets the, and then I will do the rest of that later. Okay, so figure out where my front's gonna be, and get my, this big one here is the one I'm gonna put on the front of the box. And then I've got just a couple roses here that I'm going to put probably 3. The one in the front and then 3 or 2 other places so that it looks nice, all the way around, no matter how, you want to put it. Okay, so and for those that are just top it on. Here's the lid. Here's the lid. And if I have some time, we did this last night on my live. And the paper is decoupage queen. The paper is a decoupage queen. And that's going to be the lid for it. So we put the decoupage queen paper on it, and we painted the stripes down the side, and we did step 1 and step 2 crackle on it. Step 1 and step 2 crackle. I'm going to turn this down to cool. I'm going to make sure, okay, I think it's dry. And after I get the stencil on the top, then I can put the pearls on. I didn't want to put the pearl trim around until I got the front one on, because it is coming up and over, and I didn't want it fighting the pearl trim. So the pearl trim, we got this that we're going to be putting around that gold part, and so that is going to be really pretty. Okay, so let me figure out. Okay, so I got my 2 lines here. And this is going to be the front, because I have that. I think that was going to be right. And I have that for the back, I think. Let me make sure. Well, it's going to have to be now. Okay, so here is this. So let's get this transfer. I'm going to cut this transfer out. Figure out. Because those leaves I can put somewhere, you know, somewhere else on there. Okay, so you've got there to there. Okay, this is pretty big, so let me figure out, do I want it, I think I want to have it, what do you think? Should it be like this, guys? Should I have it going, I'm kind of thinking like this. Put that bottom right on there. And then this is what, you know, is coming up over that top. And I'm going to have to put the lid on it also, because I'm thinking like that. So I'm thinking like that. Y'all like it that way? And let me get this lid on, because like I said, this does, it does come up on the lid just a little bit. And so I do want to make sure that this is on straight. Okay, so there's that, because it does come up a hair. So I'm going to put it at that sideways, because there's 2 flowers going up, there's one going this way, and then there's one going down. And I don't want all of them, well, actually, one might not be a rose. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it this way, guys. So, I know you're not going to be able to see this at first. I'm sorry. But I'm going to get this cut. I'm going to cut a little bit more off of this bottom, guys. Cut a little bit more off of it. So you're going to take that off. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to put those bottom flowers right along that bottom. And then this is going to go on like this. And I have one of these Okay. I don't know if I can try and put this up for you guys. I don't know. Let me see. So I've got this straight down here on the bottom. Just going to rub that on there. And I'm going to try to get it this off, and then this goes up on there, and then a little bit of it goes up on there, hopefully. Hopefully I can get that on there. Okay, come on around. Come on around. Get it right up underneath that lip. You got to get it up underneath there, or else you'll have a little bit of a crack or something right there. So let me see. No, it doesn't all come off. Just put it back down. Wipe it down a little bit more. That's one good thing. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. But this leaf, it's got a little piece up there. Let me see if I got any of this off. Yep, okay, that's doing good. All right, that's good, that's good. Oh, a little tiny piece there. Put it back down, okay. So this is probably all good down here. It's the top. You work on this flower leaf right here. Okay, come up underneath this rim. All right, so that's all good and on there. But I want to make sure my lid is down tight on it. So that's kind of why I'm kind of making sure that it all is going to be on there right. Okay, let me work on this up here. Get this on the gold. Okay. Doing good, doing good. Okay, and then get this up on this part. This up on this part. Okay. Oh. Did not go all the way down. Get down there. Time do I have? Okay, let me see. Let me see. Nope. Okay. So now, I've got a blade down here. And some of it came apart, some of it didn't, but you want to make sure you just cut it right there where that leaf and the top are, okay? So I just took that and did that, okay? So turn your paper over and just make sure that you got it down on here real good. Okay, so look at that. And so see, then when you take that off, it's on there, right? Okay, so there's that. And then, like I said, the other ones, the other one, I'm going to place two, I'm going to do two other places of the roses on there, but I wanted to show you. I wanted to get on some of this to show you. And now you guys tell me, yeah, I'm just gonna put it straight over. Okay. So I can take this off now for a minute. And let's go ahead and we're going to start this in the back and we're going to glue this on. Glue this on. And with this, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, guys, my Fabri-Tac on here. Okay, this is good stuff. I did not even turn my hot glue gun on, so, okay, and I'm going to start back here, and I'm just going to go right down the middle there where those holes were, okay, where those holes were, and put that on. And I know I have to put a top coat on it. I will put a top coat on those flowers, so don't be afraid of that. I will be doing that. But I wanted to get this on part of the way so that you see what I've got going here. And I'm putting it right over where those nails were, okay? Right over the top of where the nails were. And this stick fast, man, y'all, it works good. It sticks your stuff. Okay, go a little bit more, and I'm going, like I said, I'm going over the rose part. Okay, look at that. And I'm also will have one coming down here, guys. My time is almost up. I did not get a chance to look at who was before or after me. So if you're on Craft Around the Clock, you just have to refresh your page. Just have to refresh your page. Okay. And the next presenter, Miss Tracy, will get them put in. And guys, if you're not part of Rhonda's Repurpose, I would love to have you come over and follow me. Help me reach my next goal. Trying to get to that 5,000. That 5,000. Okay, my scissors. And let me cut it. So I'm gonna have to cut a half a bead or something. All right, so look at that. So I'll have one at the bottom also, but let me get this top on here for you so that you can see that. And like I said, I will be putting a top coat over that. So I will put a top coat over that. So guys, that will be the front. Look at how pretty that is. And then I will be finishing this up. I'll put a picture of it, but look at how pretty that is. So you'll have to come over to Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor page and follow me and see, because this is going to have some bling on it and all of that. But this will be up for sale. I am having an auction coming up. You can find out all the details on my page, Rhonda's Repurpose Home Decor. But I think it's really going to be pretty when I get it all done. But that gets you guys a good, idea of what it's going to look like. So I hope you guys enjoyed my time. Miss Tracy will get the next person up. And I think I've got like 1 minute. 1 minute, I think I've got. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this, y'all. I'm loving this. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. And then once you get that top coat on there and make it shine, it's just going to be so much better looking. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. My time is up. And you guys watch the next creator. And please, please come back and follow and watch the rest of how I'm going to do this up. You never know what I'm going to be doing. So bye, guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.